Alright, kids, we are back with a new episode of Sarodi and Sarodi Co. After 100 takes of this intro, I am finally. This is the final take. Okay, this is final. The first time I was recording, I had wax on my teeth, which is for the wire to not hurt my lips. Now I have given that up for you guys so that you can look at something less disgusting. I got a pair of glasses. I know this looks awesome. The whole getup. I know. I have upgraded fashion wise. This is a whole thing now. The whole look I'm going with. It's pretty cool, isn't it? I got a nose ring. There's no in between with nose rings. Either people love it or they are like, dude, you look gay. I know I look gay a little, I know. But I think I'll embrace the gayness. I'm not gay, but I'll embrace it. I'll take one for the cause. Because I know now a very small percentage of what gay guys, flamboyant gay guys go through in their day-to-day lives. I was walking down the street with this nose ring multiple times. And 50-year-old men, middle-aged men, they were looking at me like they want to beat me up, but they are trying to look away. I don't know, it was a very weird mix of emotions they had on their face. I could not read. That was completely new for me. A privileged guy, a privileged Hindu guy in India. This is the first experience I've had of any kind of, prejudice. That's not why I was wearing it. I was just wearing it to look cool. And I do look cool. I am very sure of it. One of my colleagues was like, you look a little wannabe. That's the word. Don't you think everybody wants to be something? Wannabe is like, before you are successful, people call things that you want to do as wannabe. Once you are successful, it's like, wow, you are paving the way. It's good. See, that's the difference. Successful people are not called wannabes. That is the difference between successful people and unsuccessful people who are trying to pull off something new. So this is something new. Sarodi and Sarodi Co. Beautiful podcast. People should hear it. Atul Khatri gave me a shout out even though he had no clue what he was signing up for. It's like, good work he does. I'm like, you haven't seen my work, but okay, thank you very much. Yeah, the nose ring, man, I like it. I love the way it looks. Because as I said in the previous episode, with this frail body, I have no personality, man. I have no personality. And the only thing that gives me personality now is my nose ring. I love it. I don't wear it at home because my dad thinks it is a little too much personality. And he does not want that much personality back home. No, he also thinks it's a bit gay. A little more. He's like, do whatever you want outside, not in my society, please, no. Which I can understand. I can understand why. The society perceives you in a different way. And I understand why people, care about what society perceives you as. And my father, he's fairly open-minded, but he's still a middle-aged man. You can't expect too much from him. My mother was also very open-minded about it when I showed it to her. When I showed one YouTuber, it's called, the guy is called Dylan. He has a YouTube channel called Dylan is in Trouble. And he wears a nose ring. And I showed my mom the nose ring that he wears. And my mom was like, yeah, it looks good on him. You don't do it. My family is like, they are open-minded as long as, somebody else is doing the things that they want. And no, it's not like that. I think someone has a joke like this as well. Indian families are open-minded until their son or their daughter does something. So that's what I feel. But I think it's okay. They are like middle-aged people. They are in their 40s. You are from your time. As Bill Burr says you are from your time. A lot of people say that. My mom, I can understand where she is coming from about a lot of things that I do. Some things you should keep away from your parents. Of yourself, your own things, you should keep them away from it for their own mental peace. That is what I've learned. It's good for them. You keep them away for their own mental peace because they have come from a very different time. My mom, I know I sound a little preachy, and my mom is probably hearing this and he's like, dude, this kid, he's talk. Tell me what you are hiding. But no, let me tell you, she's the product of her time and the place she was raised in. She was raised in a small town in Kerala. And after coming to Mumbai, which was after when she got married, she did not go much outside. She did not see Mumbai for what it is. She was in the house. She was taking care of me and my sister and the family. So I can understand where her conservatism, if that's a word, comes from. My dad is fairly open-minded, which is because he was born and brought up in Mumbai. And see, you are a product of where you have been at what time. My dad has been in Mumbai for long enough to know how Mumbai functions and how Mumbaikars function. So some of the things he's okay with. But see, that's the difference. You keep certain things from them so that they are at peace. What I feel, I think they sometimes take solace in the fact that, you are being a bitch, but not at home, outside. As long as you are being a bitch outside, they don't care. As long as you don't bring it in front of them, they take solace in the fact that, so this guy is being an asshole outside. As long as he's not being an asshole in front of me, I'm okay with it. No, it's not usually like that, but ignorance is bliss. That's what they say. My God, this has stretched on for 7 minutes and 22 seconds. I did not expect this to go on for so long. Anyways, I saw the new House of Dragons episode, which is fire. It's absolutely amazing. I loved it. It's so well written, man. My God, George R.R. Martin is very good at what he does. I was actually reading the Game of Thrones book, the first book of the series, and God, I understand why they were so successful in the first 3 seasons, because it is so well written. There is nothing that you would want to change from that. It is absolutely perfect. And reading it, I'm not flexing. This is not a flex. I have to put myself through that. I have to make myself read at this stage, because I'm not really a reader. But as soon as I heard House of Dragons is coming out, I was like, I should read the book and get a gist of what's going on better, because the Game of Thrones finale was shit. It was absolute shit, and I wanted to know what it could have been before I got into House of Dragons. And House of Dragons seems very, very promising at this point. I hope they don't fuck it up. They won't. They can't fuck it up. They have enough time now. The season finale of Game of Thrones was very rushed, and they ran out of source material. Dude, the source material is damn good. It's damn fucking good. I was reading it, and it does not even feel like I know what is to come. Although I have watched Game of Thrones and the first couple of seasons were exactly like it were in the books, so I know exactly what's going to come next. But when I am reading it, it's still as good as reading it for the first time, because that's how well written it is. Some of the way he tells things, it's actually beautiful. The way he makes those sentences, it's like he's a craftsman with words. It's amazing. I love reading the books. I'm up to only 250 pages. As I told you, I have been laboring to make myself read, and I have been consuming a lot of shit on the smartphone, and that's what I got worried about. I was on my smartphone for like 5 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours a day. It's doing nothing, watching all kinds of crap, preseason games, preseason games, and the pre-match before the preseason game. Even though it does not really matter what happens in the preseason, I was watching everything on YouTube that I did not need to watch. And one day I was like, dude, all this time you are wasting on your phone, and you can keep it aside and you can do something fruitful that does not hurt your eye. This smartphone is actually melting my brain, as Bo Burnham says it. It actually is melting my brain. And I think this is my thing. I think one day, like maybe 20 years down the line, some scientist is going to be like, dude, smartphone causes cancer. And when that comes out, everybody is going to be like, dude, what do I do? What do I do with this information? Because I have used my smartphone away like it's a toy. We use the smartphone like it has no end. Like, it's getting out of hand. For me, at least, I am addicted, and I wanted to do something about that addiction. So that's why I picked up this book. I started reading, although it really hasn't helped much with the addiction as such, but I feel better about myself, honestly, because I have wasted a lot of time on this phone. It's all unnecessary shit. Watching memes, scrolling through memes on Instagram. I don't even laugh at memes anymore. It's so hard for somebody to make me laugh in general. That's what I'm talking about when I say my brain is melting. It's so hard to make me laugh. It's not a good thing when you can't laugh. You should be able to laugh till your stomach hurts. It's been such a long time since I've laughed like that. It's actually an experience I've been craving to have. It's just all kinds of mental abilities that you should have as a emotional abilities that you should have as a grown adult. I think the smartphone is sabotaging that. All kinds of shit. Because everything that you should feel on a day-to-day basis, like from utmost happiness to like utmost devastation, this is controlling it. Like, if you are going towards that emotion and you pick up your phone, you just break the path to that emotion. That's what this smartphone is doing to me, at least. Like, all kinds of emotional abilities I am losing, and that's what I am trying to get back. This thing that it has taken away from me. And if scientists someday are like, dude, the smartphones, they're causing cancer, nobody will stop. Everybody will like, I didn't hear it. If somebody is like, dude, do you know the statistic? 72, blah 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 blah. It's like, this is what I do when I'm trying to avoid spoilers. That's what people are going to do when scientists or somebody's like, dude, smartphone causes cancer. They'll just shut their ears, because that's how bad it has got for me, and that's how bad it is for a lot of people my age. So, beware. You are currently doing it, and I appreciate you are doing it, but shut the phone after this. Okay, after this you shut the phone and do something. I've been thinking of doing meditation. My father has asked me to do it a million times, and I am thinking of doing it, and all I'm doing is thinking. I am not doing it. This I'm telling you, this smartphone is going to be the end of our generation for some reason. I have an ominous feeling about this thing that we have in our hands, because everything that we do is somehow related to that. Somehow it's connected with that. Work, I've got to use the smartphone to record this podcast, because let's be frank, I'm poor. I need the goddamn smartphone. If I want to watch a match, I don't who the fuck uses a TV anymore? I use my smartphone. Everything I do it on that thing. And that shit troubles me, that everything is connected to my smartphone. What troubles me actually is I cannot just switch it off and just disappear, let it just be there in the corner of the room, switched off for a week. I cannot do that unless I am on leave or anything. Even if that's the case, I can't do that. For some reason, I feel the need to document whatever is going on. I don't know what to feel about it. It's complicated, our relationship with the smartphone. I don't like this. It's a complicated relationship, and it's a toxic relationship, to say the least. We should like make a practice every week to keep the smartphone aside. I think Saturdays and Sundays are good days to keep the smartphone, chuck the smartphone away, just throw it out. I think I should start that practice, because this is not good for my mental health. It's not good for anybody's mental health. And I know a lot of people say this time and time again, but I think we need to hear this even more often. That, dude, whatever we're doing right now, it's a huge waste of time. Anyway, I watched, speaking of wasting my time, but this was not a waste of time. I watched Louis C.K. on Joe Rogan. I saw him on Your Mama's podcast. I saw him on Andrew Schultz's podcast. Man, that guy is so well articulated. Like, he can say exactly what is going on in his mind, and he can convince you of what's going on in his head by just means of words. He's really good at what he does, man. He's a great speaker, and he can articulate things that I can only imagine of articulating. I just love every podcast appearance Louis had made since he's cancelled, and I'm so happy that he's back, because dudes, we need people like him. We need not people who jerk off in front of strangers, but people who can say things as they feel, like exactly as they feel. It's a very hard thing to do, and again, I've lost that because of this. I'm blaming it on the smartphone, because it is partly to blame, and some of it is my responsibility, but I think I have lost the ability to have a face-to-face conversation with somebody, and to be very articulate about exactly what I feel. I think I have lost that, because I am very used to now texting, and I just write poems when I'm texting. Like, I'm really good at emoting what I want to emote on text. Like, I can form sentences that only people imagine of doing. That's what I can do on text, and that's what I use as an escape from real conversations. Like, some real conversations, you need to have those real conversations face to face. That's how you are supposed to do it, and that ability has just been taken away from me. And I think I lean on texting so much because I am a writer and I like writing and I like, emoting through, you know, words, written words, not verbal words. So I think I've leaned on that a little too much, and it's not good. It's really not good for your health. Oh man, that's how I've been dealing with emotions for a very long time. I haven't, and that's even before I could, I had a smartphone. I wrote songs instead. I do not have a healthy way of emoting. In a very long time I haven't had one, because I had music to lean on. And dude, as much as I hate to say things like music is the best way to emote, or like, you can achieve divine things with music, a lot of legends say shit like that, and it just bugs me. It just bugs me because these people, they have been doing it for 30-40 years, and they have experienced what it's like. And when they say it to people like me who have just started out, it's like, dude, I cannot have that experience at this stage, and I just beat myself up because I cannot have that experience. What I should understand, and a lot of people should understand, is it has taken them 30-40 years to have that experience, and what you need to work on is to have that experience someday. But just filling your head with shit like that time and time again, when people say shit like that, with music you can achieve divine intervention, you can feel God as if he's sitting right next to you, you can feel a rag. It all sounds like a bag of shit when somebody says it, because it's very annoying when you don't have that experience and somebody already has had that experience, and you cannot even confirm if that's true. That's the part that bugs me the most, that there's no way other than me working my ass off to have that experience. And if I do work my ass off and I don't have that experience, that would be devastating, because according to people, they have had that. So, I don't mean, I don't want to name names, because this is very, very controversial in the little bubble that I live in. It's called the circle of classical musicians. And so one of these gurus, one of the most what is the word, illustrated? No, I can't find the word. He's supposed to be a legend, okay? And he had all these quotes like, I have experienced divine intervention through my music. I have met God, and it's not verbatim, but it's the gist of what he's saying. That music is very spiritual, and it is spiritual, but like, he hyperbole, I'm just losing words, but he just exaggerated it to such an extent where it almost felt like he was saying, dude, God was sitting just next to me having a beer. It was amazing. So that was like the whole vibe of it. And a couple years ago, the same guy who said this had multiple allegations of sexual misconduct against him. I don't know how somebody who has had such divine intervention, how does one do that? And it's not one, dude. There's like multiple people and his students that have come out against him and said, dude, this guy has been doing sexual, misconduct shit every couple of times, every now and then. His own students, his own disciples, he has treated this way. My God, I don't know what he'll do when he meets God. Dude, because this is not the behavior of a person who has had such a spiritual experience. That's why I don't buy all of this shit that most babas say in our country, god men in our country. It's a controversial opinion, but I just don't buy it. A lot of these people are like, I met God and I had this and I had that, and they go ahead and do something like this, something so horrendous and something so cheap. It's like, dude, how can I trust that there is something spiritual out there after you convinced me of having this experience and then you went ahead and did this? I don't think a person can do both. Maybe that's a very black and white opinion. Maybe there's some space for nuance, but I personally, from what I know, I don't think anybody is capable of having such a spiritual experience and also doing such, terrible things. I don't think those two go together. That's just not the way I see it. Anyway, it's crazy, dude. I've just went on such a preachy rant in like the past 26 minutes. I'll bring you guys back to what I loved in the past week. And I was fuming just a day before it, and I was dreadful of what was coming next. But Manchester United have defeated Liverpool 2-1 and Southampton 1-0 in just a week, and they have had me elated. It's amazing. I cannot tell you how much I was like, by the end of the Liverpool match, I was like shaking. I was like, just get this done, man. Get this victory sealed. Don't let them have a draw. They came close a little in the second half, but I was just clutching to my phone so hard for them to like get through this, and they did it so well. It's credit where credit is due. This squad was shit, but something happened in the last week that I'm not saying they are going to continue this form for the rest of the season, but from what I've seen, this is positive. This is good news for Manchester United fans. Finally, it's been a long time since all the fans have been waiting for some good news, and this is the good news. 2 wins after 2 losses, which were terrible losses, but I think we have seen victory twice, and a report said, a statistic said that if Manchester United failed to score in the Liverpool game and the game after, that is in the month of August, they would have to score an own goal for the August goal of the month, which was terrifying, dude. Because knowing and watching the squad in the past a year, I thought that it would come down to that, like Maguire would have to tap one in for the cause to make his team feel like have a little dignity. That's how much of a joke we were a week ago, but things look better now. There is no way to say what's coming next, how much longer we can keep this victorious run ahead, which Arsenal have been doing amazingly. They've gone 4 weeks, four matches unbeaten, which is commendable. Not even unbeaten, they have come out victorious out of it. But I'm not sure how much longer United can keep this up. But from the past 2 games, it was amazing. The back four were actually very amazing. Like, dude, I am in love with Tyrell Malacia and Lisandro Martinez. Martinez, the butcher, man, get in. This guy is amazing. Both of them have shown so much passion. It really looks like they want to play for the badge. Like, I think they have shown the entire team what it's like to play for a club like Manchester United, a club with such a deep legacy. They have come in then and they have worked their ass off in the past couple of weeks, and I just love it. Lisandro Martinez has been oozing with confidence. He's made a couple of mistakes for sure, I'm not saying, but then that's what De Gea is there for, I feel. I mean, if the defense fails, that is when De Gea has to come in and make an intervention, and that he has done. I gave him a lot of shit last week, but this week he has been awesome. He has, in the Southampton game, he made an amazing stop, which would have been an equalizer. And I don't know how that one chance did not go in, where Eriksen took a shot, where Bruno took a shot, and even Ilanga took a shot. All three of them took a shot, and none of that went in, and that's amazing. To Southampton's credit, that was amazing last ditch tackle. The couple of whatever they were doing, they did it amazingly. I don't even know how to describe that. It was amazing how they kept it out. But in the end, we nicked 3 points away from them, and that's what's important. 3 points. We got 3 points last week. We got 3 points this week, and finally things are starting to look up. Erik ten Hag. I saw a video by Tifo IRL, which is a channel that is run by Athletic, the magazine, the sports magazine, and it's an amazing channel, Tifo IRL. Instead, if you want to see a tactical analysis of any game, that is the place to go, because they know their football. I'm just blabbering shit here, but they actually know what's going on in the game. They know how formations function, and they break it down very well. How Erik ten Hag made some changes in his squad later on, and that's how we got the goal, the goal that Varane started off. And they explain it very beautifully in that video. It's by Tifo IRL. Go check it out. Shout out to Tifo IRL. Maybe you'll get 1 subscriber out of my podcast. Thank you very much. But it was amazing to watch them win finally. Something. I did not expect this from that Liverpool versus Manchester United game. I did not. I thought they were abysmal the past week, and I thought they were going to carry it on, but something Erik ten Hag did that changed it. I think a lot of people want to discredit Erik ten Hag about the whole thing that he did. So what happened after the Brentford game apparently was Brentford or Brighton, I don't remember. Anyways, what happened after the Brentford game was Erik ten Hag had the entire squad run 13.8 kilometers, if I'm not wrong. They had them run after cancelling their holiday, which is already, I love it. I think that's what they should have got after that abysmal performance. And then he went on to the pitch and he started running with them for 13.8 kilometers. He took the responsibility and he was like, yeah, that was kind of also my fault, and I will also run 13.8 kilometers, although he could not. I mean, he looks fit and all, but he cannot go through 13.8 kilometers, and he did not. But I think that must have given the players a uh, what this guy is all about. They must have understood that. And to watch somebody you have let down go through hell because of you, that has to put some positive pressure on you, in the sense that, dude, I don't want to watch this happen again, and I will give my 100% in the next game so that this does not happen again. I don't want to see Eric Ten Hag run 13.8 kilometers. I'm sure it's not a very pretty sight. So that's a good move. A lot of I watched ESPN FC, and they were like, it's not, it's okay, it's not that much of a big deal. I think it's also good PR. I mean, that's what Manchester United have been known for a while. So credit where credit is due. It's good for the squad. And Lisandro Martinez and Tyrell Malacia, I cannot stress how amazing they have been. Man, the butcher, man, he's good. He's damn good. He has so much passion. And alongside Varane is like, he's calm, man. He knows what he's doing. Varane actually looks so solid with Lisandro Martinez right by him. He felt comfortable in the game. That's what it felt like. Whenever there's Maguire on the field, I've never seen, because Varane makes such stupid mistakes last season. He made such stupid mistakes last season, and I think partly it's because it's Harry Maguire on the other side. There's nobody to clean his shit up, and that puts a certain amount of pressure on him. Where he's like, dude, if I make a mistake, it's gonna go in. It's going to go in, because Maguire isn't stopping it. At least, even if he does by a miracle, I can't, trust him 100%. So for I can't trust him to like make that block every time. Lisandro Martinez will at least try. He will try. Maguire just gives up. Martinez tries, and he has done so much in the past 2 weeks. I love it. The work rate is amazing. And Malacia is everywhere, dude. Malacia is everywhere. He does not leave his man. He does not. He never shies away from a tackle. He's made such amazing blocks. He's amazing, dude. And even Dalot, I'll give him that. Dalot was not good last season, and I did not like Dalot. But Dalot has done some great things in the last 2 weeks, and credit to him where credit is due. He was amazing. He was actually amazing, and he got an assist for it. That's what you get. You get a reward for putting in the work. The front three were they were not in the game, man. I could not find them. Ilanga was invisible. Just a couple of runs in the box. Those were positive runs, and he could have got something out of the game, but it was too less. It was not enough. It was really not enough. Rashford, the first game, the one with Liverpool, he was amazing, but the Southampton game, they were literally invisible. Sancho was good. Sancho's actually good, but Sancho has some confidence in him where he can go ahead and run into players, which I don't think he was doing last season. He's doing it now. His success rate is questionable, but at least he's trying to become his former self, the former self that we got him for. We spent so much money on. So that's about it. Bruno Fernandes had a great game. He was a little bitch in the Liverpool game when he kept the ball, but you gotta do what you got to do when the time calls for it. I can't say he did not help to get us over the line. Whatever little shit he did, he made a terrible dive that was it was embarrassing. Bruno is sometimes embarrassing, but he has put in the work to have that armband on. I think Martinez and Varane, if they continue like this, Martinez for me, if he goes on like this in the defense, I think he will be soon a legend for me, and so will Tyrell Malacia if they stay here long enough, and if they do the things that they are doing right now, and they keep this up for a while. I think they will achieve a lot. They are already fan favorites. Fans love both of them. So yeah, we are taking some positive strides finally. Anthony is coming in. It's almost done. Anthony is coming in, which is certain now. It's almost certain. He did a strike back in Amsterdam in his former club. I hope it's his former club now. But he was like, no, I'm not gonna play. Sorry, I'm not coming to the training as well. You need to send me off, pack me off to Manchester United. That's where I want to be. And I want players like this who want to be here. Lisandro Martinez and Tyrell Malacia. Again, they feel like they want to be here. I'm not sure about Eriksen. I don't know. I don't understand the game enough to see what he's doing. But he's made some great passes. So Eriksen is a good signing, but Martinez and Malacia. I think Malacia is going to give Luke Shaw a run for his money. And if he continues this form, I think he'll get the better of Luke Shaw. And that's just the way it is. Ronaldo, I don't know what he's doing. He had two great opportunities in the Southampton game. He was just getting acclimatized to the ball. He was making sense of what's going on in the game, and by the time he had any footing in the game, the whistle blew, and that's just how it is. I don't know. I don't think he will be here for much longer. I don't think so, but I hope he is, and he plays like he wants to be here, and not like these deadwoods from the past seasons. But that's what I've heard about Ronaldo. His professionalism is unparalleled. So I'm hoping that he does not he does not act like a bitch for the rest of the season. And I think that's where we wrap. Anthony is coming, which is a good thing, and we need a couple more signings. That's a lot of what people feel, and I don't know if we'll get all of them, but as of now, we are going in the right direction, which is a good thing. So I think this is a good place to wrap the podcast up. It's Sarodi and Sarodi Co Limited. I need to pick up my food, and that's where I will sign off. Thank you very much, guys, for listening, and thank you if you have made it through 43 minutes. I don't think you have, but thank you very much. You can listen to the podcast on 2x speed if that helps you, because I speak very slowly. So if you want to listen to it genuinely, and if you are like, dude, this guy is going on for 43 minutes, you can always go to the YouTube settings and change it to 2x speed, and you can listen to me race through everything I want to say. So on that note, thank you very much for listening to me. This is Sarodi and Sarodi Co Limited. I'll come back to you on Monday, hopefully. Thank you very much. Bye bye.